Boyd not happy with the treatment he got from Hogg. That's a very different Hibs performance from usual, this willingness to sit in and defend. I'm not sure that that's entirely what the game plan was. A bit of luck there for Hibs. It couldn't be controlled by Miller. Fletcher, that's a good switch of the play. An early pass there for O'Brien. This is what he wants. Well, he was getting told by Mixu Patalina to take people on. This time he's found Tico. Here's Rankin using Van Zanten as a decoy. Bit of possession now for Hibs in the Rangers half. That's unusual in this match so far. O'Brien muscled out of that very easily. Now Mendes. Whittaker has Davis outside him. A strong play there by Murray, very determined. Siding tackle there by Miller, sure to be penalised. Well, you just can't tackle like that anymore. Jumps into this with a scything challenge. This is Papac. Now Mendes. This is Ferguson, now across to Whittaker. Well won by Bamba. Now Fletcher, change of pace to get away from Broadfoot. That's good determined defending though by Kirk Broadfoot. That's a great contest, and Fletcher showing his determination. He's done well to keep it. Now Ferguson coming forward. This is Davis, back to Ferguson. Miller has gone wide to try to get involved. Turned away there by Bamba, no fuss about that clearance. Won by Nish for O'Brien. This time he picks out Tico accurately. Fletcher's found space. Now O'Brien, good pass from Fletcher. Interception made by Mendes. Ferguson with Davis. Miller's layoff finds Mendes. Across goes Chris Hogg. That's good defending by Hogg. Read the play well there, the Englishman. Miller running straight into trouble there. Held up well by Tico. Now Rankin. Blocked off there by Weir. The referee said nothing wrong with that though. Weir could have done nothing to get out of the way, I reckon. Rankin took the ball so closely to him. 2 additional minutes at the end of the first half to come. Indicated by the fourth official, Neil Waters. Is there time for an opening goal? Stephen Davis. Well, that's where the big keeper comes into his own. Very hard a challenge for these balls. There's no offside here, it's Nish. Well, he could have taken that on. Why he attempted one for goal, I just don't know. Was he on, he says. Well, I can't quite understand the linesman's call on that, because he was clearly offside and no one else touched the ball. Anyway, failed to take full advantage. We're into stoppage time now at the end of the first half. A first half dominated by Rangers in possession. Poor ball in there by Papac. Miller goes across to inconvenience Murray. He's happy to launch that into the stand. I'm not surprised to see Walter Smith downstairs now in the technical area with Ali McCoy and Kenny McDowell. This is Whittaker. That's well won by Hogg, and across the bows of Boyd. Very well indeed there, and the last touch came off Boyd, according to the far side linesman. So a goal kick it is. Shaking the head from Boyd. He thought it should have been a corner. Boyd is bitterly disappointed about that. Well, it's hard to be sure, but the linesman called it. It's Derek Rose again. Broadfoot's pass back. Well, of concern to Rangers with the fact they've had so much of the ball. They haven't carved out too many clear chances, but good Hibs defending. They have dominated, but they haven't been able to make a breakthrough, and it could have come so early in the match, but it didn't. And Chris Boyd will regret that chance he had in the opening minutes of the game when he was 1-on-1 and the keeper, arguing there with the linesman about that. All set to go in a match which Rangers particularly are desperate to win. I think you could say that Hibs would not be desperately unhappy to leave here with a point. So the music stops in conjunction with the referee's whistle for the start of the second half. And I'm sure Mixu Patalainen, I believe, a lot more from his team in the attacking sense. And there's Pedro Mendes stealing that from Colin Nish. Such an impressive player for Rangers. That's a very rare error with a pass by Mendes, cut up well by Bamba. Hogg for Hibs. Nish playing it inside. Rankin trying to get on the end of that, couldn't do so. Ferguson was there first. That's Mendes now to Whittaker. Now Davis. I always feel Davis playing a little bit against his hand on the wide right of midfield. A natural central midfield player, and having to adjust to play there. Ian Murray with the throw. It's good control from Fletcher. Bamba in too big a hurry with the pass. It's cut off easily by Lafferty, and that block was made by Hogg. Here's Kenny Miller now for Rangers. Mendes again. Still available on that right hand side to play in an out-swinging cross with the outside of the right boot. Very talented. This is Nish. Van Zanthen's given it away again. Hibs just can't keep the ball at the moment. They couldn't do it in the first half either. Very much against their normal style of play that. They really are excellent in possession normally. Chris Hogg has turned that out for a corner. Forward come Broadfoot and Weir for Rangers. Hibs bring every player back to defend a corner kick, leave no one upfield at all. That was handball by Bamba after Weir's header. The referee clearly deciding that was not intentional, and I think he's telling David Weir that Bamba was much too close to him. There's the indication. He had no time to get out of the way. I think the referee was right. Davis again with a corner. This is Mendes trying to find space away from O'Brien. In goes Rankin. Still Mendes in charge. Oh, he's done so well to get that back, and that's Ferguson with a shot on the half volley. Very close indeed. All down to wonderful play from Pedro Mendes. There's Fletcher. He's on his own. O'Brien gives help. It's angled through for O'Brien. Not enough pace in that pass, I would suggest, from Fletcher. Otherwise, O'Brien could have been in the clear with his pace. Here's Mendes now for Rangers. Always knows how to make additional space, make time for himself. Ferguson across here to Papac. Back it comes now to Weir. Whittaker calls to the ball and receives it. Davis is ahead of him. The issue here is Davis is not going to go outside Murray. You head to the byline. He's not that kind of player, despite playing in the wide right of midfield. This is Nish. Now Fletcher. Rankin has gone through the middle. Rangers plenty of players back though. This is Nish. Good step over and a misunderstanding. Great disappointment there for Hibs. That was promising for a moment. Now they're a little bit exposed. 3 men left stranded upfield as Lafferty breaks on Van Zanten. Here's Davis again. Well, it's a gift for Makalamba. Life has been difficult for Stephen Davis. Hibs are about to make a change shortly. And I think the man coming off is going to be Colin Nish, who certainly hasn't incurred the wrath of Mixu Patalainen for his first half performance. He hasn't done enough at the start of the second half to change that. So Stephen Pino will come on. Off goes Nish. It's had a very tough time. 20-year-old Frenchman Steve Pino comes on. Joined the club from Genoa in Italy. Chance to make an impression beside Fletcher. Well, Nish paying the penalty for incurring the wrath, I think, of Mixu Patalainen with his first half contribution in particular. Strong play by Jones. That's Bamba now to Atiko. Ibrox strangely quiet despite the huge crowd. This is Whittaker. Ferguson to Mendes. That's good play. He's found Papac in space. Lafferty always wants to come inside on that right foot of his. Here's Whittaker again. Poor ball in. Rankin heads out straight though to Ferguson. Well, that was certainly worth an attempt on goal, and Ferguson thought it was deflected. The referee Conroy disagrees. He certainly thought it clipped off Rankin. Fletcher chesting it down. This is Rankin. Tucked in much more into the centre of midfield in the second half. We're quite happy about that. I mean, very comfortable in that position. Bigger onus on David Van Zanten to give that width on the right then from full-back. Bamba certainly has contributed hugely to the Hibs' defensive work. So Rangers demonstrating their patience, still passing the ball, still not resorting to Route 1 football. They certainly are not equipped to do that, especially against Hogg and Jones, with Boyd and Miller up front. Just wonder if there'll be an opportunity shortly for Nacho Novo to get involved. Offside against Lafferty on the run. He wouldn't have got there, I don't think, anyway. Strong play by Broadfoot. Lafferty using Papac behind. Well, it's good closing down work by the front men of Hibs, making life difficult for Rangers to bring the ball out comfortably. That's Pino doing just that again. Now it's with Mendes, assessing all the options ahead. The orthodox safe one was Papac. Now it's with Ferguson. Now Boyd trying to play in Ferguson. Oh, that's good play by O'Brien. Excellent play by O'Brien. Pino was rather obvious with that, allowing Boyd to make the challenge. Well, it's not what you expect to see from Chris Boyd, backtracking to make tackles like that. But it was certainly helpful to the Rangers' cause there. That's Pino, back to Bamba. Van Zanten. Now Fletcher trying the combination play there with Pino. Weir was in the way. This is Miller. Great turn of pace there away from Hogg. Hogg getting back. Excellent return tackle that by Chris Hogg. And he showed a very good turn of pace too, the central defender. That was a glimpse of Miller at his best for a moment there. Mendes plays it across here for Whittaker. crowd not happy with Whittaker's final ball. He's done so much good work, but his final delivery hasn't been good enough. Good play here by Chris Hogg, who timed that tackle to perfection. And quick enough to match the run of Miller. All Papach could do was turn that out. Well, Rangers certainly not getting vocal support at this point in the game. The crowd sitting very quietly and patiently waiting for what they hope will be an inevitable breakthrough, but you never know. And Hibs are very resilient indeed at the back. That's set up for O'Brien. It's cut off well by Whittaker. Mendes with that great vision of his, seeing what's happening around them. Here he goes again. You see Davis go right into the centre of midfield here to get involved in the play and create some space for Whittaker on the right. Davis again. Good step forward by Mendes. This is Kenny Miller. Now Lafferty. Well, you could very well come inside Lafferty. That's one of the problems. It's a little bit predictable in that situation. Still Rangers enjoying all the territorial advantage. Good turn there by Ferguson away from Pino, and the pass not accurate enough there for Miller. You can see the intention. It was a good idea that, and Miller was on the run, but pace of the pass not quite right. Murray to Pino, and Pino was fouled. Free kick it is to Hibs. The Rangers coaching staff not happy. Kenny McDowell and Ali McCoy having words with the referee there from long range. Well, I thought for a moment the referee had given a free kick there for a foul on Murray. In fact, that was what Murray thought too. Good play by Rankin. Fletcher back to Bamba. Strong challenge again by Broadfoot, who has looked very comfortable in central defence, although in fairness he hasn't had a great deal to do defensively. It's now with Ferguson. There's Papach. Interception made by Hogg. Wonderful pass by Mendes again. Great vision. Much better ball by Whittaker that time. Turned away by Van Santen for the corner. The crowd comes to life at that. Davis again, trusted with the corner kick. That's what Jones is all about defensively. Whittaker keeping alive there for Ferguson. Whittaker again. A good call there by Makalamba. I clearly told Jones to leave that to him. And now can Hibs cash in on the counter. Well, that's a very well timed tackle by Weary. Never have matched O'Brien for pace had the pass been better. This is Mendes again. Turned back by Murray, retrieved by Makalamba, who'll play it safe, I'm sure. Safe thing to do for the young keeper. Bit of activity on the Rangers bench now. Back with Mendes. Step over by Boyd, and a very good tackle indeed by Bamba. Beautifully timed to deny a shooting chance to Boyd. Here goes Pino. Pino against Broadfoot. Needs help, gets it from Rankin. Rankin's given it away there to Ferguson. Very poor first touch by young John Rankin. And now it's with Davis for Rangers. Good return pass from Whittaker. Great chance here for Rangers. And the interception is made by the long left leg of Rob Jones. Good play that, Whittaker and Davis. Oh, the huge figure in the heart of that defence, Rob Jones for Hibs. Working well again. It's helped on there, and turned in this time! It's Chris Boyd again! Well, the goal machine cashes in again. Relief all around the stadium. Another bit of special improvisation here by Chris Boyd. Corner kick breaking there to him, and the overhead kick into the corner. No one on the post for Hibs. They've been punished for that all right, with an easy clearance by a defender on the post, but it's an excellent finish by Chris Boyd. It's his 18th goal of the season, his 16th in the league, and eases all the tension around the stadium. What a fine attempt it was. Well, that's what he's all about. Chris Boyd may not be involved too much, not a lot to contribute in the build-up play frequently, but he is the finisher supreme in the SPL at the moment. And now Hibs have to think very hard about how they're going to change things. Here's Papac on his weaker side, couldn't get a shot on target. Keep it calm. Took it out for the breakthrough. So important again, that contribution from Chris Boyd. Reaches Whittaker now. He won't run away from O'Brien, but he shows enough trickery to find space. Good challenge made by Jones. Here's Davis. That's a good cross. Well defended though by Van Zanten. Chris Boyd has stayed down. Took a bang in the head, I think. And Ian McAlambai calling for assistance for Boyd. The bang in the face he has. Now you see him go down clutching his face. There's some blood in that area too. He's banging the nose. Chris Boyd gave Rangers the lead. It's a fine bit of improvisation with the overhead kick and relief. Ali McCoist and Kenny McDowell. And they'll be back very quickly, I'm sure. Bamba sees enough of the ball there to win it back from Kenny Miller. Now, what do Hibs have about them here to come back into the game? Poor ball forward by Rankin. Is it a difficult match? Boyd is back on the pitch again. Restored to health for the late stages of the match. Sense of relief is palpable though in the stadium. There was some anxiety clearly that the opening goal wouldn't come. The second half wore on, but that's all been removed now. It's Hibs who have the problem. They're the ones who have to chase the game a little now. They have to, I think, change tactics to some extent too if they're going to try and get some goal scoring opportunities. Alan McGregor yet to make a save in the match. Hibs coming into this match after a very successful 5-game run. They started with a 2-2 draw against Aberdeen, then went to Motherwell 1-4-1. That set them off. A difficult match at Falkirk, drawn 1 apiece. Then they beat Celtic 2-0 and Hamilton 2-0 in successive matches. They won't want that run to come to an end so meekly as it looks like doing at the moment here at Ibrox. So the reaction, I'm sure, is going to come from Hibs. Mixu Patalainen will, I'm certain, be very unhappy if there isn't a response from his team. It's much better play. Good pass from Bamba. Here's O'Brien. That's a gift for Alan McGregor. A wasted delivery. Hasn't been the happiest of occasions for O'Brien. Hibs subs are all warming up still. Just one change so far. Pino for Nish. All this passing from Rangers, of course, can go on with some relaxation now because the breakthrough has been made. This is Stephen Whittaker now for Rangers. Space taken up well behind them by Davis. Here's Kenny Miller. He'll be next in the score sheet against his former club. Lafferty unable to control that on the way through. Here's John Rankin. Trying to involve O'Brien. This is Murray. Tico. Rangers happy to allow Hibs to play the ball around the back four like this and funnel back. Face the ball as Tico plays it forward here for Pino. That's for Fletcher with Papac. Ooh, Papac was in danger there of conceding a penalty, but timed that superbly to win possession. A little exchange there between Jones and Boyd. Bit of a reaction there. That's a bad tackle by Mendes on Hogg on the run. Yes, but look at this here now. Bad tackle there by Mendes. Patalainen having stern words with Chris Hogg about how to go about things, how to change things. Certainly won't be content to go out meekly at 1-0 down, I'm sure. Mixu Patalainen, he'll be determined to have a real goal in the closing stages. Mendes has to leave the field, of course, having had treatment. Van Zanten playing it in, looking for Jones. His ball marked by Weir. That's Ferguson. Whittaker's just given it away. It was a bit of a pointless pass that by Ferguson to Whittaker. Could have kept it himself. Pedro Mendes has returned to the fray and is able to get involved again straight away. That's good play from Rangers. Excellent play. And roundly applauded, largely because the goal has been scored. Davis just carrying that out for the throw to Hibs. Bad tackle by Ferguson on Pino. Ferguson checking any damage. He knows it was a foul. Rob Jones the main target here for Ian Murray's free kick. All a bit untidy, but brought out by Ferguson, who's bundled over by Bamba. That's a free kick. No ill will there between the players. I'm sure Ferguson perfectly happy to be fouled there and get a free kick. Kyle Lafferty has gone down. A bang in the hip there, and he'll require some treatment. There was the challenge he made, and it might have been his own player. It might have been Stephen Whittaker who caught him there. So Lafferty makes the necessary departure to await the recall when he's permitted to do so by the referee. But Alan McGregor takes the free kick. The target is Boyd. Well, Hogg mistimed that completely and climbed on Boyd's shoulders. It's a free kick to Rangers. Davis with the right foot, Papac has the left. Boyd may have the power. Well, he fancies this, I think, Chris Boyd. Maybe just knocked to the side of the wall. The charging player will be Rankin. No, not far away. Chris Boyd. John Rankin's contribution for Hibs was very important, closing down Boyd, forcing him to hurry this. And Rankin did well. The charging player from the wall. The Rangers are about to make a change. Nacho Novo, I think, will be given a chance to bring his enthusiasm to the party. Murray goes route one. Target was Fletcher. Couldn't get the better of Weir though. So instructions from Kenny McDowell for Nacho Novo down below us. The player coming off, I think, is Kenny Miller. Loose ball collected there by Bamba for Hibs. This is Rankin. Van Zanten playing it along. No one in that area of the field for Hibs to cause a problem. Well, it must have been one of the easiest games of the season for Alan McGregor. He had nothing at all to do of any consequence. Here's Mendes. McGregor setting it long. Challenge there by Broadfoot. There's Kenny Miller. Good beginning of that. Bamba turns away from Mendes. Late challenge by Papac, but the advantage allowed there as the shot attempted by Rankin. It was dipping late, but not quite quickly enough. He's made space for himself. So the first change is going to be
substitution
Noble
for Rangers,
for
replacing
Miller.
number 18, Kenny Miller.
Oh, he's worked very hard, Miller, without getting any real joy. It hasn't quite been his day.
Number 10, Nacho Novo.
Very popular replacement in Nacho Novo, the Spaniard.
And substitution as well for Hibs, replacing number 15, Stephen Thicket.
Hibs also going a little more aggressive here, bringing on Fabian Yantorno, the Uruguayan, to replace Steven Tico. So Yantorno, a much more attack-minded player than Tico. It's a clear indication from Mixu Patalainen. He's going to try and save this. Strong play again by Bamba. Now Rankin. Fletcher. Well, wrong to let that run, it turned out. Should have had a touch first. Broadfoot made the challenge. So Mixu still working hard down there, Mixu Patalainen, to try and turn the game Hibs' way. Here's Yantorno and Murray. First touch for Nacho Noble. Murray collects. It's Davis, good play. Ferguson looking for Boyd, but it's too long in the air. Jones steps in. Pino setting up O'Brien. Fletcher's waiting in the middle. There's Fletcher. First real chance of the match for Hibs. Well, Stephen Fletcher's header not enough to trouble Alan McGregor, but a glimmer of a chance there for Hibs without doubt. In fact, he may wonder if he should have chested that down. I think he had time perhaps to do that. It was a pace of O'Brien. It was David Weir who was underneath the ball. I think he could have brought that down, you know. You may regret that now. Yantorno to O'Brien. Good header away there by Weir. This is Lafferty. Hibs determined not to lose a second goal, which will surely end the game as a contest. Here's Lafferty twisting and turning. Taking on Van Zanten, but you can always be confident he'll switch back to his right foot at some point. That's Mendes switching the play. But he has done well to retrieve that. No one goes short for a pass. Well, just left Whittaker all on his own against Murray. Just made it and no more with the goal kick. Jones did well to find Hogg. Poor casual pass that by Bamba. He's done well to win it back though. Switch of play is a good one for O'Brien. Now can he hit the byline? The cover is provided here by Davis. Pretty good, held up O'Brien just enough. Well, Rankin waited, Mendes didn't. Advantage allowed there by the referee very sensibly. Mendes releasing Lafferty. A good run by Kyle Lafferty. This time I went outside. That might have surprised David Zanten. Well, David Van Zanten here would expect him to come inside. He's been doing that throughout the match, but this time Lafferty tried to outpace him on the outside. And that wasn't far away. Doing this by Broadfoot. Jones going for that very carefully, and Makalamba just managed to keep the ball in play, almost slid out for the corner. Bamba's pass is picked up here by O'Brien. I'm not sure he was the target, but now he can run at Whittaker. Can he go past him? Pino looking for Rankin, and it's Lafferty who's back defending well for Rangers. That's good control from Hogg. The Hogs out of position. Mendes playing it forward. I thought Noble was offside, but the flag has not moved. Clearance by Michael Ambai, and O'Brien in two minds thought he would go for it, then decided he wouldn't, and then he went the last time. He should have gone right at the start. He'd have got that quite comfortably. Pino wins it from Davis and then is fouled by Davis. Oh, he steamed up all right, Mixu Patalainen, not a happy man. Now Jan Torno will take this. He's very good with these deliveries from this sort of position. Jan Torno. It's a good ball in at pace. It's well defended inside the area. And that's Van Zanten's shot. Well, the player down is David Weir, who did so well winning that. It's on the way to Michael Ambai. Weir took a bang, but recovers quickly. And a very good clearing header there. Michael Ambai unhappy with his clearance, turning that out of play. But there has been a little bit of reaction here from Hibs. They have shown much more adventure since they've gone behind. Time running out for them. They only have a little over 10 minutes plus stoppage time to save this. That's Davis playing it forward. Won by Jones. And down goes Whittaker. Well, the referee thought about it. Decided against giving anything. Ollie McCoys can't believe that. Well, whether it was inside or outside the box is also a debate. Well, it's inside the box, I think. It would have been properly a penalty, I think, had that picked up with the referee as a foul. Well, Rangers still coming again. One narrow escape there, a second or two ago. This is Mendes. Now Whittaker. Nova couldn't control it. There's Jones bringing it out. Giving it away though. Papach collects. Now it's with Ferguson. Long way back. There it goes from Weir. Fletcher trying to cause a problem. Foul by Jan Torno there on Ferguson. Ferguson with Whittaker. Weaver Lafferty coming in from the left. Might have been better to get the pitch of that, Lafferty. Oh, he's bundled over there by David Van Zanten, who's going to be the first player, I think, to be yellow carded in the match for that bit of shirt pulling. Well, it hasn't been a nasty game by any means at all, but David Van Zanten really didn't give the referee Conroy much of an option there. So yellow card for the Hibs defender and an opportunity for Rangers from the free kick. So here's Pedro Mendes again. Head flick on by Broadfoot. A decent chance there for Kirk Broadfoot, in fact. Might have done better with that. Well, Pedro Mendes, after that penalty claim, Pedro Mendes still managed to cause a problem for Hibs by hitting the crossbar. Let's take a check on that again. It was a bit of an error here coming from defence. It was Bamba's pass, and here was Mendes now given the chance to go forward, and that lob was a very good one indeed. Michael Ambai was stranded, but came back off the crossbar. Plays with real imagination and efficiency in the middle of the field there, Mendes. Here's Fletcher. Now Bamba. Bamba again. Here's Jan Torno. Good play that time by Bamba. Now Murray can come forward. Has O'Brien on the touchline. Well, Whittaker's defending has been excellent against the pace of O'Brien. Here's Murray again. Good nutmeg there. Brought down by Whittaker this time. Good running that by Murray. Very positive play going inside. Antonio replacing the ball and assessing all the options in there. Well won by McGregor. Good goalkeeping. Fine punch. Oh, he was under serious pressure there, Alan McGregor. Did well. Took a bang in the process. He made up his mind to go for that and did exactly the right thing. Rankin playing it in. Here comes O'Brien. No control there. Very difficult ball to take on the half volley. Fine play by Antonio. Rankin. Much better play from Hibs. Fletcher playing it inside for Bamba. Back defending there was Chris Boyd. Adding a new dimension to his play.